improve things on the park with that kind of event. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great asset. I mean, just to have them, I mean, I was surprised that they would have chosen that place. It seems like that's great that they chose to come up here. I mean, they said they love it. I mean, they're really happy there. So we're going to, the town owns around, like 3 parcels there. That parking lot is all split up and cut. So from the proceeds of the sale of that property, landscape all around there.
No, we couldn't.
And, so it'd be a lot nicer. And,
Because
it's
if you didn't
not
sign
rough
that
there
paperwork,
now.
I was gonna grab your arm and go and sign it for you.
Yeah, that's fortunate because it could have, I mean,
Your wingman just
it
let you go.
could have been lasted for 6 months or something, and then that'd be it. But I mean, they seem content.
How things, you still down south?
Right, they're good people.
No, I'm up here. I've been,
Yeah.
got some stuff going with Vanburg, finished up some stuff in Orangeburg. Well, still got some stuff.
Orangeburg, what y'all doing in Orangeburg?
I had to slip a couple 20s, make sure they didn't leave me in there when we walked through.
Yeah. Tensions.
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Doing okay?
This is like watching paint dry. My wife asked me, so is there anything exciting going on up there? Making sure that, that they get the right equipment, use the right resources. And when they paint it, we'll go out there and watch it.
Sitting up like he's still got to sleep sitting up for like 3 years.
Let's get a little excitement. No, I say the pitchforks and the torches don't show up anymore.
That's a good old days.
What the hell?
You made a name for yourself now.
Yeah. Some people, they just don't like you no matter what you give them $100. All these $100 is crumpled. Does it spin?
He did okay?
Over the bar.
Press.
They said he was an excellent doctor. They did say he was the oldest person we'd ever recommend you for that type of surgery. That was in good health.
That
He had
is,
rheumatic fever as a child.
oh, yeah. But that is awesome. But he did that.
I haven't heard this. But, things happen behind the scenes sometimes. Oh, you mean the water? Yeah, that didn't pass. It didn't pass over there, so they kind of blew up the whole deal. But then they were like, well, we'll build it if y'all pay for it. What does that mean? They wanted, rightly so.
This COVID stuff has been just, this COVID stuff has been a nightmare.
It's been awful. Good to see you. Looking
Dr.
good.
Constant, how are you, sir?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right.
Compton, good to see you. Good to see you.
Almost that time. 31 officially.
who's here.
We ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, no matter who's here. They'll catch up.
All right, I've got officially 5:32. I'm gonna go ahead and call the May meeting, of the Architecture Review Board to order. Would like to declare that we have a quorum, we're minus only one member. And I guess, Melissa, will you do the roll call? Sarah Lynn, who's doing the roll call? Okay, Melissa, please. Here?
Here.
Here. Great, and that signifies that we certainly do have a quorum, and I assume that the agenda had been posted according to the requirements. Okay, good. And the agenda is in front of you, and if you would take a look at that and give me a motion to amend or approve. It's a very light agenda tonight.
I make a motion we approve the agenda as published.
Okay, is there a second?
Second?
All right, there's a motion to approve and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. If we would stand, please, for the pledge, and the flag is my rear here. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's a nice way to, I guess, to recognize our veterans and service personnel. This is that time of year that we should do that. Also, you have the minutes, if you would, from my April 19th meeting. So if you would please read that, and if you have it already, and let me know if you approve or amend. During that meeting, we ended up issuing a certificate of appropriateness to Sandy Level, and we also did one on a conditional basis to RBs. And has there been any feedback at all from RBs?
No, Mr. Chair, we haven't heard anything.
Good, bad, or indifferent?
That's correct.
Maybe we need to send a invite that they're on the clock.
Well, I think it would be good to know if they're kind of abandoning the project or they have some plans, but we can check with the engineer. He's local.
Leave us hanging here.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Okay, there's a motion made to accept. Is there a second? Second. Those in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Okay, there's only one action item tonight. It has to do with 212 Main Street. It's a request for, I guess, painting the exterior of the building. For the benefit of the group here, the building is listed as under Class 2 historical structures. There are two buildings there, and they're both listed under one classification. They're listed as twin buildings, and one is on the north, one north and one south of the other. The buildings currently have the same paint scheme, and also I think it should be noted that the buildings are connected by a wooden deck between the two. So I'm not sure who's speaking for the applicant tonight. Please step forward if you would, please. Yes, if you would. You just talk to us about what you're planning to do with the building.
We plan to paint the outside of the building, the brick portion a light gray and the trim in a slight 2 shades darker gray that we feel like will coordinate with the roof. And the owner of the building is prepared to paint the other building to match also. So both buildings will be the same color if y'all approve this.
Do you have a sample of the color by chance?
I dropped it, are you Kurt?
No.
No,
Kurt's
I
not
dropped it at the town hall 2 weeks ago. And then I also emailed some pictures in, but I apologize, I did not bring them with me.
But the town hall does have them, so.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have them, and Kirk is out of town, so.
Tell us again, if you would, I say, actually, we're approving the color, you know,
Right.
we don't have anything visual to look at. You certainly, you cleared up one point, I think, that was a concern, in that, you know, that we didn't, I think there'd be some resistance to the building being different colors.
Right.
But if we're talking about painting both buildings, it certainly, I think,
That's
is
correct.
a giant step forward.
Yes, absolutely. And it'll be a very, if you're familiar with Doco Station, I think it's called, right over here, it's fairly similar to that, only, of course, their trim is lighter and ours would be a slightly darker gray trim, but the actual color gray of the main building is very similar to that.
Yeah, the building space, for everybody's benefit, was originally brick, and it's a brick and color, and I guess it's been painted over the years, you know, several different colors.
Yeah,
So it's now kind of a beigeish brown.
it's like a red bricky
The original building actually were brick.
brick.
Right, but then at some point in time, the building was painted colors. In fact, it's been through several different color gyrations over the years.
So will it be just the front of the building or the whole building?
The entire building,
The entire building, of both of them?
yes.
Why did you all decide to go with a different color scheme?
Well, I just didn't like that color scheme. It kind of reminded me of the Alamo. I'm sure for whatever
Yeah, I
that
was
building was before, it
I
was
I
great.
at the
but-
Alamo.
But we just
Good
wanted
time.
a little bit calmer
Gray,
look.
and you like
So-
gray.
Yes, yes. It's going to be a real estate office, so we wanted it to resemble a real estate office.
Yeah, Mr. Costin, your thoughts?
Can you give us an idea about how light or dark the gray is?
If I still have some of the, I don't know whether I can find on my phone or
If
not,
you
the
do that, it would
photos
help us
that
with
we
everything.
emailed in.
We apologize for not having the color here.
You have the name of the color?
It's a light gray. I was looking at the depot when I drove in.
Yeah, that's what the depot is, light gray.
Like that cabinet over there, maybe?
I think a little light in there, just like the Doco Station up there, where just that color gray is what she's saying, are very similar to that.
Does it match anything else on the street?
No, not really, that's what I'm saying, but this doesn't either, see. Nothing really kind of matches. Again, I apologize for, for,
Well, I apologize, I should have brought the
well, if you
paint
gave
with
it to,
me, and
if
it
you've
just
given it to
didn't
the town,
occur
then
to
you've
me, but
done.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's on us.
You know what color I mean, white. So it'll kind of blend in with that.
Yes, right. Yeah, and that goes back to the original color.
You're right. We don't fumble like that.
If it's as light as I think it is, looking at the depot, then the question becomes just how much darker can the trim be? Just how much darker can the trim be? I wouldn't think you'd.
Light gray and dark gray on top of it?
Or black, I'm not sure.
Said dark gray.
Can you pick up an email?
Yeah, if you can
Give me that too.
email it to me, and then we can put it on the screen.
See, Paul, this is another fine mess you got.
Well, we're gonna stew with this one for a while.
Tell me your name again, please.
happens in real estate when you paint all the inside of the homes.
Where's the L for video?
Yeah.
And what is the name of it? Is the lighter one?
It's a very popular color, that.
A new, gotcha. Oh, yeah, okay, very close. We're gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh, those are nice.
The accent color is what?
The accent color is a new ANEW, that is the second one from the top, is the accent color, and the top one is the building color.
They use that agreeable gray in a lot of new homes. It's very neutral.
Okay, thank you for doing that. That's what I'm saying. Technology helps sometimes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You know, for sure. Well, starting back again with Mr. Costin, any comments or?
I like those colors. Yeah. Improved.
Mr. Scotty?
I think it'll be fine. I was worried how much darker the trim would be, but that's
Yeah,
that's
it's,
a little before you get dark.
right.
So I'm okay.
Mr. Bailey?
Okay, that's good.
Yes, I like it.
That sounds great. I think and I certainly agree, but I think the only thing we need to put into the approval is that, be sure that both buildings are painted, and not just the one.
When do you expect to start this?
Well, our contractor is waiting on this approval today, so I hope tomorrow, if you approve it that fast, we are ready to, I had hoped to have agents working in there this week, so.
How long you think it's gonna take him, did he say? How long will it take to complete the project?
I would say probably a week to 2 weeks, depending on weather, but I think the weather's gonna be good the next,
So you don't anticipate any impact on the traffic flow?
oh no, none at all.
Because that's,
The same contractor that's gonna do this has been working inside the building already. So,
Let me try to make the motion then, if you all, number one is that we agree with the body of the building, we painted Sherry Williams, color number 7029 agreeable gray with an accent color of Sherry Williams, SW730, and new gray. And also stipulating that both the twin buildings will be painted the same color. And with that, is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, now, is any other discussion? Any questions, discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you very much.
Thank
I apologize for, for the little hiccup on the color. So
Mr. Chair, real quick, who made the motion?
I made the motion. I hope that's acceptable.
I think that's fine.
That's-
I think generally, I didn't think that the chair could make the motion, so it might be better just to clarify that,
I'll make the motion.
okay,
and I'll second it. How about that?
That's good.
perfect.
We got that worked out.
All right.
Okay? Any other comments? Thank from anybody? Thoughts?
No, sir, if you'll just follow up with Arby's and let us know what you hear from them.
What happened to Starbucks?
Starbucks is not, I don't think anymore on the.
They backed out? Okay.
We left the thing with Arby's too, where they would have to come back to a group to identify and approve the colors and so forth as well. But the real, I think, trip on that one was that, that they were trying to get approval on a kind of a faux brick. That, well, I think they're really thrown as a major curve in the future. And
Prefab.
Huh?
There's a prefab as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It is a prefab building too, but that kind of took it down to another level, so.
So did they make any changes to,
There was been no communication from either
from the
the building or the engineer since then. The engineer is local, so we'll reach out to him first to kind of gauge whether they're planning to come back or not.
I'm talking about had the town ordinances address prefabs?
Oh, we have not. It would y'all recommend prohibiting them?
I think there needs to be some clarification, you know, and I think even the advisor said that, you know, that this met the architectural building standards, but again, I think it's a classification that we need to have a better understanding of.
Yeah.
Paul, I
I
don't
mean,
know
if
what
they-
your thoughts are. I know this is your business and so forth.
I don't know how, well, I guess if you spend enough money, if the owner or the developer spent enough money, you could make a prefab look presentable, but I just don't see, for instance, I don't see how you would get that look in a building like this. It'd come away looking like this building. I just don't see that happening. I'd be leery of course, we need to talk about it, but I'd be leery of permanent prefab. I just don't know that that's what we want to do.
Well, there's an Arby's over on Clemson Road, right across from the East Bay Deli. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's on Clemson Road. And it's not a very attractive building.
Is it a prefab?
I don't know, but it's
I don't
very.
think so.
Huh?
I mean, I don't think it is a prefab building, because the way they described it is that they've not done this anywhere else around.
Exactly.
And yeah, I guess maybe we could look at some conditions to put on it, or just outright say prohibited. It'd be good to get some guidance. I mean,
Perhaps not.
if you want conditions, I mean, prohibiting is certainly crystal clear, but if you want to put conditions on it,
I think we need a little bit more latitude, and we ought to have prefabs by exception, so that we can at least, you know, entertain it.
It gives me no heartburn to.
I mean, see if they can meet the requirements. I mean, I think that if they could build the whole thing and then come in and change the siding after it's here to put in hardy plank, and they set it on a foundation that was full brick, I think that it's just a question of cost, I think.
I would like to see us not allow them until we understand it better. I'm not saying we can't come back in and revisit it, you know, if things change. But I think the prefab building at this point, really, I don't see no reason to permit them, really. And I don't know whether they all agree. I mean, that's just one person's opinion.
I lean towards that direction as well.
Paul?
Paul does what I do.
Say again, clarify one more time.
Just put them in a non-permitted category until we understand, maybe trying to draft some ordinances that could permit them under certain circumstances. But I think until we get a handle on it, I'm not sure that I see the benefit of prefab buildings, of commercial buildings.
I could go there. What worries me is, it seems like prefab is almost its own industry. And it's what we don't know about the conditions, if we put conditions or anything on it. It's what we don't know that might slip in without us realizing it. That's what worries me. Just because we don't deal with it.
Right. You don't know how it's going to hold up.
Doesn't mean you can't come back in and permit them at another date, but it just would stop it until we have an opportunity to really kind of understand that's the direction we want to go in.
And does that open the door for more and cheaper ones?
I think you're right. If you allow them, obviously, then
Right.
you don't know which way it's going to go.
Exactly.
Because it always kind of moves incrementally.
And people will always push the envelope for.
And the brick thing, I think, was a real serious concern, because you could come in with that and do away with all the brick, you know, laid on site. So we permitted that.
And that's noticeable.
Yeah, and that is very noticeable. Just a recommendation, and I guess it came about not through a motion, but came about this general discussion.
And since y'all are primarily, y'all are reviewing town center district, that's what you're referring to, or, is a recommendation?
There's too many unknowns with it at this point. I think it puts a real burden on this group to try to deal with it without, some guidance from the town.
Right. So, the way this would work, we'd have to take it to the planning commission for a text amendment.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you all very much for coming. Good meeting.
Open citizen comments?
I missed it. I didn't see anybody out there, so I didn't call for it. So that's just Ms. York's husband.
How you been getting along?
Okay.
Doing all right?